Men in Black wasn't just a sci-fi comedy. It was immigration satire disguised as alien invasion. A film that made extraterrestrial bureaucracy hilarious while hiding social commentary behind neuralizers and talking pugs. But behind the black suits and memory erasers, nothing was simple. The script started as horror. Will Smith almost turned it down for independence. And the Cockroach villain was so realistic it traumatized the actor inside. These are 10 classified S about Men in Black. 1. The horror comic origins. Men in Black started as a dark horror comic that featured government agents brutally suppressing alien encounters without any comedy whatsoever. The original Malibu Comics series by Lowell Cunningham depicted the MIB as sinister government operatives who used violence and intimidation to cover up extraterrestrial activity. The comic's tone was genuinely frightening, showing agents as cold, emotionless enforcers who treated both aliens and humans as expendable resources in maintaining secrecy. The shift from horror to comedy required completely reimagining the MIB as incompetent bureaucrats rather than efficient killers, making the organization simultaneously more benevolent and more ridiculous. 2. Will Smith's star-making hesitation. Will Smith almost turned down Men in Black because he didn't want to be typecast in science fiction after Independence Day's massive success the previous year. Smith worried that accepting another alien movie would limit his career options and prevent him from demonstrating his range as a dramatic actor. The actor initially preferred more traditional buddy cop comedies that would showcase his comedic timing without the science fiction elements that might overshadow his performance. Smith's agent and manager had to convince him that Men in Black was fundamentally a character-driven comedy that happened to feature aliens rather than a special effects spectacle that relied on alien invasion. The decision to accept the role proved career-defining, establishing Smith as a bankable action comedy star who could anchor big-budget franchises while maintaining his comedic personality. Smith's initial hesitation reflected legitimate concerns about typecasting that many actors face when choosing between artistic variety and commercial success. 3. Tommy Lee Jones's method. Deadpan. Tommy Lee Jones didn't just play Agent K's emotionless demeanor. He maintained the character's deadpan personality between takes, rarely breaking character during the entire production. Jones approached the role as a study in professional detachment, researching how long-term government agents develop emotional distance to cope with classified work and traumatic experiences. The actor's commitment to K's personality extended to his interactions with cast and crew, maintaining the same dry humor and emotional restraint that defined the character. Jones's method approach helped Will Smith develop Jay's character by providing a genuine straight man whose reactions were authentically deadpan rather than performed. Jones's dedication to the character's emotional restraint created authentic chemistry with Smith's energetic performance, establishing the perfect comedic contrast that made their partnership work. 4. The Edgar Cockroach Nightmare. Vincent D'Onofrio's Edgar the Bug wasn't just wearing a costume. He was trapped inside a mechanical nightmare that required extensive physical preparation and psychological endurance. The cockroach suit was so restrictive and uncomfortable that D'Onofrio had to learn new movement patterns and breathing techniques to perform basic actions while encased in the alien apparatus. The costume included multiple mechanical components that moved independently, requiring D'Onofrio to coordinate his performance with animatronic elements controlled by technicians off-camera. The actor spent months developing Edgar's distinctive walk, posture, and mannerisms that would convey insect-like movement while maintaining human emotional expression. The suit's weight and complexity made every scene physically demanding, requiring frequent breaks and constant technical adjustments to maintain the character's appearance and functionality. D'Onofrio's commitment to the role included studying actual insect behavior and movement patterns to create an authentic alien performance that felt genuinely disturbing rather than simply comedic. 5. The Practical Alien Academy. The MIB headquarters wasn't just a set, it was a functioning alien makeup laboratory where dozens of practical creatures were created using revolutionary animatronics and prosthetics. Rick Baker's makeup team developed over 200 different alien designs for background characters, creating a diverse extraterrestrial population that felt like a genuine interplanetary community. Each alien required individual design work, including unique facial structures, skin textures, movement patterns, and personality characteristics that would make them feel like real individuals rather than generic monsters. The practical effects approach meant that actors were interacting with real creatures and characters rather than tennis balls and green screens, creating authentic reactions and natural performances. The alien design process included extensive research into evolutionary biology and xenobiology to create creatures that felt plausibly adapted to different planetary environments and evolutionary pressures. 6. The immigration allegory subtlety. Men in Black's alien immigration theme wasn't just background story. It was deliberate social commentary about American immigration policy disguised as science fiction entertainment. The movie's premise that aliens live secretly among humans as productive citizens reflected real debates about undocumented immigrants contributing to society while remaining invisible to mainstream awareness. The MIB's role as immigration enforcement agents paralleled real federal agencies that monitor, regulate, and sometimes deport foreign populations living within American borders. The film's portrayal of aliens as diverse individuals with varying degrees of integration and assimilation reflected complex realities of immigrant communities adapting to American culture. The alien registration and monitoring systems depicted in the film anticipated real debates about surveillance, documentation, and civil liberties that would become more prominent in subsequent decades. 7. The Neuralizer memory science. The Neuralizer wasn't just a plot device. It was based on actual neuroscience research into memory formation and the possibility of selective amnesia through technological intervention. The prop design included consultation with neuroscientists who explained how memories are formed, stored, and potentially disrupted through various medical and technological means. The device's operation reflected real scientific understanding of how traumatic experiences can be suppressed or forgotten through psychological and pharmaceutical interventions. The movie's exploration of memory manipulation anticipated later scientific developments in optogenetics and neural interface technology that could theoretically alter or erase specific memories. The device became a metaphor for how institutions manage public knowledge and individual agency, representing the power to control what people remember and therefore what they believe about reality. 8. Frank the Pug's practical performance. Frank the Talking Pug wasn't just CGI. He was performed by real dogs using a combination of animatronics, practical effects, and careful animal training that created believable alien intelligence. The pug sequences required extensive coordination between animal trainers, puppeteers, and voice actors to create seamless integration between real dog behavior and alien personality. The practical approach meant that actors were interacting with actual animals rather than digital effects, creating genuine emotional connections and natural reactions to Frank's presence. The pug's alien characteristics were achieved through practical makeup effects and animatronics that enhanced but didn't replace the real dog's natural expressions and movements. The voice work required precise synchronization between the dog's mouth movements and Tim Blaney's vocal performance, creating the illusion of the animal actually speaking. 9. The fashion statement revolution. The black suits weren't just costumes. They were carefully designed uniforms that created a new fashion trend while serving specific narrative functions about identity and conformity. Costume designer Mary Vogt researched federal agent dress codes and corporate uniforms to create suits that look both professional and slightly alien, suggesting government authority with subtle otherworldly elements. The uniform design eliminated individual personality through clothing, making agents interchangeable representatives of institutional authority rather than distinct individuals with personal style. The suit's practical design included hidden pockets and modifications for carrying alien technology and weapons while maintaining the appearance of standard business attire. The fashion choice influenced real-world men's fashion trends, with black suits becoming more popular in mainstream culture following the movie's success. The uniform concept reflected themes about institutional identity overwhelming personal identity, showing how organizations shape individual behavior through dress codes and professional requirements. 10. The sequel setup accident. Men in Black's success spawned multiple sequels, but the original movie wasn't designed as franchise starter. Its perfect ending accidentally created expansion opportunities that the creators never intended. The film's conclusion established a complete story arc that could have stood alone, but the world building and character dynamics proved rich enough to support additional adventures. The movie's success surprised everyone involved, including the studio executives who had modest expectations for a science fiction comedy based on an obscure comic book series. The sequel development required expanding the mythology and alien universe that had been created primarily to serve the original story's comedic and thematic needs. The franchise expansion demonstrated how successful movies can generate commercial pressure for continuation, even when the creative vision was originally self-contained. The sequel's varying quality proved that successful concepts don't automatically translate to successful franchises without maintaining the original's creative vision and character dynamics. Men in Black wasn't just alien comedy. It was social commentary wearing Ray-Bans and a suit. From horror comics to immigration allegory, this government cover-up proved that sometimes the best truths hide behind the biggest lies. Hit that subscribe button to join our secret organization and tell us, would you choose the red pill or the Neuralizer? Here come the Men in Black, and they won't let you remember clicking away.